Today, U2 announced a 19-city world tour, and nobody in the cities that they're touring in asked for it. I'm so happy all of you got that. Oh my god. I was prepared for that to bomb. 2014 is being recorded as the hottest year on record, and also the year that we lost the most global warming deniers. They keep dying, I don't know why. You guys ready for your closer? Too bad, I need to ask you a few questions.
So, this is off.
So, we're going to be doing improv at the end of the show, like we always do. And we're going to be doing the game Set List. So, if you aren't aware... AB, I broke something. Hey, while we're at it, give it up for AB for letting us do this. Yeah! I'm so sorry, sincerely. Alright, so what we're going to be doing for Set List is, if you don't know, comedians are just going to come up in the order that they came on stage, and they're going to have 90 seconds to make a subject funny. I don't need something very specific, like an Iranian female lesbian shopping at Walmart for Thanksgiving. I just need a general subject, something you'd like to hear comedians go on and on about. So, I need a few different suggestions, one for each comedian that's come on stage. So, shout them up. I'm going to write them down. Come on.
Corn!
Corn, got it.
Beer jobs.
Thanksgiving, hope it's not for Alice. What's up?
Car crash.
Car crash.
Sex changes.
Alright, that'll be interesting.
Norway.
Norway. I'm not writing that down. We only know Vikings. We are Americans, after all. Come on. Alright. And other fillers. Pizza.
Food line.
Grocery stores. Okay.
The mentally handicapped.
Mentally handicapped. That'll be really funny.
That's me. The Wonderland. Prostitutes.
Alright, prostitutes. Crabs. You have a choice in what kind?
Irish drug dealers.
I will put the Irish, and I will put drug dealers. That should be enough. Alright. Now are you ready for your closing comic? She doesn't get to rest her microphone in here. It's very sad. Again, I'm the worst host. Sorry, AB, part 2. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. You saw her at the beginning of the show. Here's her closing set, Rosy!
Hey friends, I am so happy that I get to close tonight. The shit show to end all shit shows. But it's really been great, and actually before I get started, I would just like to say last year was, or too drunk to get on stage, awesome. Last week was Thanksgiving, and our family gets together and we usually do the, like, what are you thankful for conversation, and we didn't do that this week, or last week. We didn't do it this year. And that's because I was saving it for tonight, because the thing that I am the most thankful for is for comedy and for everybody coming out to see us. Shut up. No, really though, I appreciate it, and it's like changed my life, and it's amazing and all that shit. So remember in the beginning of the show when I was like, guys, don't heckle us because we really practice everything every week. That was was almost completely a lie when it comes to me, and that's because I'm a huge procrastinator, and I'm really, really bad at finishing things, which just makes a dangerous combination when you decide that your dream life is to become a famous and provocative comedian. It's a wonderful combination. So 9 times out of 10, I do all of my writing and research for these open mics literally an hour before I come here. And that's not bragging, that's an apology. Because tonight I'm going to do something a little different and basically just give you all the ideas that I've had in the last year. And most of them are basically half jokes, so get ready. Diary entries from my past. May 5th, 1999. Dear Diary, I am so thankful that I am not a gay man. Dad says that finding out that your son is gay is probably one of the worst things that a parent would have to deal with. Not because it's anything wrong with it, but because being gay in today's society is very hard because they are ostracized so much. He says that having a daughter is much easier because they are, by nature, not as sexual as men, and therefore easier to keep out of trouble. September 17th, 2006. Dear Diary, it turns out that I'm a gay man stuck in a girl's body. I'm so scared my father will find out that I have sexual feelings. Must find a better hiding spot for my vibrating massage pillow. That was idea number 1. Moving on. Have you ever thought about what it would be like if we really modernized Shakespeare so that it would reflect today's setting? Basically, I know that there's been Romeo and Juliet by Lurs Berman. I think that's his name. And which is an adaptation of Othello, but they're still kind of in the Shakespeare world. I mean, if you really place Shakespeare plays in today's world, I feel like it wouldn't work. Romeo and Juliet would probably be employees at McDonald's, and nobody would die. They'd just be tragic because they'd be forced to work in food for the rest of their lives. Othello! It'd take place in Ferguson, and still no one would understand what's going on. That was my race joke for the night. Hamlet. It'd just be about a depressed dude living in his mom's basement. I got this new job, which is really weird for me. I did work in fast food all my life. You could say that I was Juliet in that Romeo and Juliet scenario, but I got out. And it's not really better, turns out. Not really better, because in fast food, you can call your boss to his face things like asshole, or douche nozzle, or micro penis, and you won't get in trouble for it. What are they gonna do? Fire you? You're the only one that can run the fryers. In the corporate world, you can be replaced. I know it's not funny, it's just true. So I work in a more corporate job now, I have to wear makeup, which is real weird for me, because I'm not a real girl, as the previous diary entry, gay man stuck in a girl's body, demonstrated. But it's weird to have to, toe the line a little bit. The perks, though, are awesome. Because of this new job, I make more money, and that means that my husband can stay at home, which means that I finally have realized my long goal dream of having a trophy wife. Yeah, I'm the one now that's getting my dick sucked. The truly funny part of that joke to me is that I always say I'm gonna get my duck sicked. Like at home. I'm like, Tom, you trying to duck my sick? And he's like, yeah, baby, come here. Anyway, so yeah, I'm the one getting my duck sicked. And I'm the one that gets a meal, a home-cooked meal every day when I come home. And I'm the one that comes first and falls asleep immediately afterwards. Not that that really has changed. I mean, I'm pretty much always done that. Something weird about my new job is that they actually pay you if you're sick. Like, if I've got the flu or something, I can just call and be like, I can't come in, and they'll pay me for 8 hours that day. In the food world, that never happens. You have to, like, pay somebody else $10 more an hour to come in for you. Yeah, I'm gonna be fucking calling in sick all the time now. Yeah, I got that Ebola, man. I just can't handle it. I got the shakes. So I'm so sorry that this is scatterbrained. It really is. So I am a girl, and I've always kind of existed in these like communities where there are mostly men. Like in every restaurant that I've worked in, I've always been the weird, like, girl cook, not girl waitress. She exists in the world of men. That is right. And it's the same now. Like, I'm the only girl manager at this job, and I live in a sea of men. And it's really weird for me. They've had a hard time adjusting. I've only been there 3 weeks, and they've been kind of like trying to test the waters a little bit. A couple times they would get ready and tell a story and then be like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't. Like, I don't know why they shouldn't say something. I know that I'm the only person there. So annoying. So one of these times, one of the guys were telling weird sex positions. And I, of course, baited him and made him tell us what he was talking about. And he was telling us about just stupid things like a dirty Sanchez that he heard about that was funny. He told me about the angry dragon. Do you know what the angry dragon is? A couple of you? The angry dragon is when you come in a girl's mouth and then smack the back of her head so that the semen comes out. Right? So she looks like an angry dragon. These guys, of course, were not expecting me to think that's funny, and I of course, had a couple of my own that I shared with them, and I would like to share with you tonight. Mr. Clean. That's when after you both climax, he goes down on you and cleans up after that cream pie till it sparkles and shines. If he's fast at it, you can also call him Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. The Jolly Green Giant. That's what I affectionately call the men that have slept with my mother, because they're usually fat, and unbeknownst to them, they now have the sif. Oh, I love it. Yes, okay. The stuck pig. That's when you make love to your guy with a strap on while banjo music plays in the background. I know, right? Do it tonight. Don't do this tonight, though. It's called the secret selfie. That's when you accidentally roofie yourself. Quickly moving on. So it's winter, or it's not winter yet. It'll be winter like the 21st. But to me, I know it's like 50 degrees outside right now. It's not really cold, but it's cold fucking for me. And Christmas is coming up, and that means that fucking Christmas music is playing wherever you go. I hate Christmas music. I hate it. Christmas music doesn't sound like Christmas music to me. Whenever I hear songs, there's something in my mind that replaces the words, and I can't even keep it from happening, and it just makes it all the worst. Like, it's the most wonderful time for seasonal affective disorder and depression. Jingle bells, suicidal thoughts all day. I'll be in therapy for Christmas because of my family. And that's really what it is. Like, I hate Christmas time because you're not forced, but you just end up spending tons of time with your family. There's really, especially if you have children, there is no way of getting, like, past it. There's no avoiding grandpa coming in to see his grandkids on Christmas. It's gonna happen. So I have a particularly hard time with this because I have compulsive thoughts. And around my friends, they're used to me saying weird, creepy things, but it's incredibly hard to keep that shit away from my parents. Some of my favorite compulsive thoughts during the winter time is, are fire ants, are they really just flamboyant housekeepers? Stop thinking about Weird Al's O-Face. Stop thinking about Weird Al's O-Face. I often have they all know my socks don't match. They all know. Did Grandma just queef? It smells like mothballs and Nutella. But that could be mine, too. How long would it take me to die from eating pumpkin pie? That one rhymes. Twice as irritating. How many sweatshop children died making my shoes? It drives me crazy. Every Christmas season I have to deal with that shit. And then, it turns around and I make light of the situation. My parents often read nursery rhymes to my children. And, you've heard all the same nursery rhymes over and over again, but to keep myself entertained and away from compulsive thoughts, I've changed some of those words. And I'd like to share some of them with you. Wee Willie Winky runs through town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown, rapping at the windows, crying through the locks. Are the parents in their beds? It's time to log on to Facebook. Jack and Jill both took a pill and chugged a pail of Jaeger. Jack fell down and lost the crown, and Jill came staggering after. Then up Jack got and smoked his rock as fast as he could caper. Went to bed and bandaged his head with Klonopin and rolling papers. Thank you for that half-hearted laughter. Reba Pumpkin Eater had a man she couldn't keep her. She put him in a gumpin mask, and there she kept her piece of ass. And then finally, I'll end with this. You guys have been great. Thank you very much. Rosy Posy, Puddin' Pie, kissed the girls and made them dry. Nothing worse than a dry vagina. When the boys came out to play, Rosy Posy, fuck them. Thank you guys so much.
Keep it going for Rosy! Man, props to Rosie. I just had a thought I'd never had before. Can old women queef?
Yes.
Why would I think they couldn't? As if queefing had anything to do with pregnancy. My mind made that connection. I can't explain it. You guys ready for set list? Woo!